Yo, there it is. Next week in Destiny, season 17 begins. New dungeon, the new rotating weekly raids and dungeons, and then stuff that doesn't really matter. But there it is. Wow. Okay. So instead of giving us a trailer, they give us this next week in Destiny. Fun. Yeah. Hey, I'm still hyped though. I'm still hyped. Now you may be confused on why I just picked Warlock, and that is because if you take a look here, I need to level my Warlock up. I talked in my last video about how the only builds I haven't done are Warlock builds, and I kind of want to start doing those now, but I neglect my Warlock so much. So I'm actually, while I talk about season 17, gonna go do the campaign, because I mean, if you look at my directory, I haven't done anything on this character. Look at that, baby. Yeah. So we're gonna do the Witch Queen. I'm just gonna do a Witch Queen Legend campaign or whatever while I talk about season 17. Oh my god, guys, look, I'm winning Guardian games. That's amazing, right? Let's go, Warlock main. So yeah, the topic for this video today is gonna be season 17. Now, the TWAB just came out yesterday. Basically, Bungie said, yeah, that trailer you guys have been looking for, yeah, the information on what, you know, subclass is getting reworked next season, yeah, we're not going to tell you until the day of. They were basically like, yeah, we're not going to give you information until the day it comes out, which they might have done this before. I think I remember something else where they dropped a trailer, and then as soon as the trailer dropped and you finished it, they're like, yeah, you can actually go play this right now. So that's basically what they're doing, giving us no information. Oh, actually, I shouldn't say no information, because I think they did say they're going to at least give us a tiny bit of info. Holy shit, I forgot the Legend campaign is actually somewhat difficult. So they might give us a little bit of info coming up here in the next couple of days, but that's about it. All they told us was when the season's going to drop, and basically when the dungeon's going to drop, and like power levels and stuff like that. That is it. I know a lot of people are complaining about like not being able to talk about what's coming in the next season. Like there's a clip that I saw a lot of people repost of Mylan Games. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's a big lore YouTuber, of him ranting about how he has like no content to make because he can't talk about the lore if there's no lore to talk about, if that makes sense. So yeah, I basically wanted to take this video and just give my predictions, I guess, because I was expecting today to upload a reaction to a trailer, but now I gotta make my own reaction and react to what I think is gonna happen. Now, I've done multiple videos like this in the past, and my most recent one I did was for the Witch Queen campaign, or just wasted what's gonna happen in Witch Queen, which is kind of crazy. That's what I'm playing right now, but I was really wrong. Now, to be fair, I predicted a lot of crazy shit that when I made the prediction, I kind of knew wasn't gonna happen, but I still wanted to make some crazy shit because I knew Witch Queen was going to be crazy, and it was. Witch Queen was amazing. And honestly, what happened is a lot better than what I predicted. For those of you who don't know, I predicted, actually, what was it? I think I predicted that the way Savathun gets her light is she uses Osiris or some shit to bait Sate 14 into a trap, and then she kills him and takes his light or something like that. Something so far-fetched and crazy that I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I kind of wanted it to happen. Now, I do like Saint, and I didn't want him to die, but I just thought it would have been a crazy plot twist. So obviously we're not gonna have a crazy event like that, because I mean, this is just a new season and not a whole new expansion, but there is still some stuff to talk about, mainly being the new dungeon coming out, because it's stupid in my opinion though, how in order to get the dungeon, you have to either have the deluxe edition or you can just buy the dungeon separately. So there's that, but yeah, there's 2 dungeons and still a new D1 remaster raid coming out this year. And the next dungeon comes out a week from today, I believe. So yeah. Now, they did also say that the dungeon is going to have an exotic tied to it. Now, I don't know if this is going to be like how Galahorn was tied to Grasp, where it was just basically a quest that required you to go into and complete the dungeon, or if it's going to be another RNG based drop for completing the dungeon. You have a chance of getting the exotic, and I don't know which one I prefer, because I don't mind quests because they're easy, because you get the exotic quick, but it's quests normally take like 2 hours and you're done with it. But then again, the RNG shit is awful, because I I mean, you can get it first try and feel amazing, or it could be like how when it came to me getting Vex, it took me like 56 runs or something stupid. So you'd also, you know, have bad luck like that. But I don't know what the exotic's gonna be. I don't know what the dungeon's gonna be, but I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna take the Evan F route. Evan F said that he wants the dungeon to be on Europa and it deal with Rasputin and an exo body, and I think that would be sick. I think that'd be a perfect dungeon, and I honestly think that that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna deal something with Europa and the Deep Stone Crypt. I think it's gonna deal with Rasputin stuff, or Siva something. I think it's gonna basically be a storyline that was basically left off in a weird spot that everyone's asking, like, hey, what's happening with this? I think it's gonna be one of those type dungeons where it picks up a storyline. I just think it'll be a really cool dungeon. I have faith. What I personally want it to be, and not what my prediction is, I want it to be on Nessus, and I want it to be Vex related, and have it, the whole dungeon, like, be ran by Failsafe. I just want Failsafe again. I miss having that comedic character now that, you know, Cade's gone. We don't really have a comedic character all too much, and Failsafe is probably the next best thing. In terms of storyline, I have no idea what the storyline's going to be or what it's going to be based around. It might be Callus related. That would be kind of cool if the dungeon, I mean, not the dungeon, but if the season's a Cabal season based on Callus or whatever, because we still have no idea what's going on with him. I don't know. We're basically at a point where there's so many storylines left open, just like Aramis, for example, that this next dungeon could literally be anything, or it could be something new. Like, we don't have any hints, no clues, nothing at the moment. Now, in terms of subclass, we really have no idea. It seems majority of the people think it's going to be solar, which I think is going to be solar as well. I personally want arc though, because I think arc is the weakest subclass out of them all, because like honestly the only good arc subclass at the moment is Thunder Crash, and that's only with Cuirass. But other than that, I think all the arcs are kind of not the best, especially Hunters, dude. Hunters, like, all three trees are basically the same exact super that do almost nothing. So that's what I want, but it'll probably be solar in my opinion. But I don't know if it is. So like, I think solar, if they do solar, it's gonna be based around applying burns or whatever, and then if they do arc, it's gonna be based on blinding or like chaining abilities or some shit. I don't know. I just hope they're as good as Void 3.0, because Void 3.0 like blew my expectations out of the water. Like, I know they were doing a rework for it, and I know before Witch Queen came out they said they were changing it, but I didn't think it was gonna be that big a difference. But like at the moment, Void 3.0 is amazing. It synergizes with everything, so many builds with it, and it's really good, but not so good to the point where it makes everything else basically useless. I just hope it's another situation like that. In terms of weapon metas, I truly have zero clue. I do think the glaives are going to be really good, especially the exotic ones, now that they're, you know, the exotic perks of it actually got reworked, but not just the perks, but now glaives work with exotics that buff melee damage. So like on Titan, you can now combine glaives with Worm God's Caress, and I just feel like that's going to make them so busted. And for example, like on Warlock, you can use Winter's Guile with them. Like I just think glaives are going to be really good, which is kind of good because they came out in Witch Queen, and at the moment they're fun, they're cool, but there's no point in using them. Like, you can use a glaive now and be effective with it, but you could be way more effective if you just use something else. I know machine guns are getting a buff, so what, maybe we see a Grand Overture / Xenophage meta or some shit. That would be really fun. So I love machine guns, and they've been kind of trash for a while now. I'm just excited to see what the new broken mod is, because the one this season, Volatile Flow or whatever, was really cool, and it fit perfectly with Void, and I'm gonna be really sad when it's gone. So I just hope whatever the new subclass comes out, there is a new seasonal mod that works with it. So like for Void, we got volatile rounds. What if like for solar, we got rounds that apply burns to enemies? That'd be kind of cool. Or what if it's arc and we get rounds that like blind the enemies? I know that would be completely broken, but I'm just like thinking stuff like that. Stuff like that would be amazing. Other than that, what's going to be new? So yeah, we have a new Iron Banner system, which seems cool. New game modes, new rift, new maps. That'll be really fun in my opinion. I love seeing Iron Banner get a rework, especially the new title or new seal for Iron Banner. I believe it's called like Iron Lord or some shit. That's going to be really sick, and I'm definitely going to want to go for it as long as it's not too annoying to go for. Like, I like the idea of seals and titles, but some of them are just so extra and make you do the most bullshit just to get them that I'm like, I'm good, bro. All in all, though, I'm very excited for the next season. I feel like Bungie's heading in the right direction. It feels like they're, you know, changing a lot of stuff that makes just the game have a better quality of life. If that makes sense. They're just making, they're like listening to us now and changing just the annoying stuff. But other than what I said, what else could be changed? Oh yeah, crafting. Crafting's getting a big change. I would like to see what new weapons we get. I wonder if they're gonna make any current weapons like already in the game craftable. I feel like that would be cool. I feel like they should always do that. Add current weapons we have now and turn them into deep sight weapons or whatever. Because I like crafting at the moment, but I'm not a big fan of really majority of the craftable weapons. Like when they first announced crafting and when I first got my hands on it in Witchqueen, I expected it to be more game changing or game breaking, making it where like every gun you use has to be a crafted weapon just because that's how you get the best stuff. And I kind of do want it to be like that. I kind of want to like be able to craft anything. I also wonder if the new dungeon weapons are going to be craftable, kind of like how the raid weapons are. That would be cool. Other than that, though, I don't really know what else there is to talk about the next season. I think I covered everything. No, I know I didn't really give too many bold predictions. I basically just said stuff that majority of the people are predicting. So I guess I'll just finish this mission and give my closing thoughts at the end at the tower or some shit. So yeah. Well, that's it. That's my thoughts and predictions on what's gonna happen next season. Now, is any of what I said guaranteed? No. Is anything that I said even that likely? Who knows? Who knows? Bungie could completely pull a 180 and do some crazy shit. They do seem to, you know, do the unpredictable sometimes. So we'll see. I am extremely excited for it. I really am. I think season 17 is going to be a great one. I feel like this season was really good. Sucks it was super short, but I mean, I guess the shorter the season, the more content we get a year. Please let me know down below what your guys' thoughts or predictions are, or if you have any opinions on what I said and you think what I said you don't want or you completely disagree with. So I am very curious to see what other people have to think on what they think is going to happen next season, because normally by now we know what's going to happen, but with the way Bungie's handling this season, we don't, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I dislike it or like it like that. They're kind of saving all the hype and everything for the day of, which I don't know the thought behind that, but I'm sure they know what they're doing. They're doing this for a reason. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it for me. As always, if you made it this far, I love your face. If you are new here and you didn't think I was completely annoying, please consider subscribing. We are this close to 1,000 subs. So yeah, hopefully we'll hit that here within the next month or two. Excited for that. And when I do hit it, I do have the one chip challenge sitting right behind me on a shelf, waiting to be eaten when I hit 1,000 subs. So yeah, there's that to look forward to. And just like that, yeah, all you fine ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your day.